Hey guys, this week we're going to talk about courage, and the scripture that I want to use is out of 1 Samuel 16:7. It says, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things that man looks at. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." And when you think of courage, a story that probably comes to your mind is David and Goliath, right? We've got this kid, he's kind of a shepherd, hangs out with the sheep all day, just a kid, right? He's got like all these older brothers that are like, you know, successful, they're warriors, they're on the battlefield, and he's stuck in the pasture. Kind of a boring job, right? And then we've got this guy, his name is Goliath, and if we look at the scripture, the dude is like almost 10 feet tall, okay? I'm like 5'4", that's like 2 of me tall. I can't even imagine that. That's crazy, okay? First of all, he's huge. Second of all, I don't even, like, at what point would you say, okay, yeah, I could fight that guy, that's, you know, it's cool, let's bring it on, let's go. And so they're on the battle lines, right? The Philistines and Israelites, and it's crazy, and it kind of come to a standstill, and Goliath says, alright, bring me one of your guys, I'll fight him. If I win, you'll become our servants. If you win, we'll become yours. And he knows, he's like, you know what, there's no chance, I'm 10 feet tall, bring it, let's go. And so David gets sent out, he's like by his father Jesse, and he says, hey, go take your brother some food, hopefully bring him some encouragement, please bring us some encouragement, things aren't going well, it's kind of crazy. So he's like, alright, that's fine, whatever. Gets a shepherd to watch his sheep, and he's like, alright, going out to see my brothers, and the first thing they do, they're like, why are you here? You're just coming out here because you're selfish, you just want to watch the battle, you just want to be a part of this because you're stuck in the pasture and you're jealous of us. And he's like, whatever, Dad told me to bring your food, and you're upset. Okay, so he sees Goliath, and he sees what's going on, and Saul, the king at that time, is, you know, kind of in despair, kind of running around, pulling his hair out, kind of crazy. And he sees that there's no hope on the battlefield. He sees that, you know, things are crazy. Nobody thinks that they can win. Nobody thinks they're going to make it out of this. And God says, alright, David, I want you to take some rocks and a slingshot. I want you to go kill this dude. And he's like, okay. Alright, maybe. So he goes and talks to Saul, and he's like, hey, I've killed bears, I've killed lions, they've tried to attack my sheep, and God has given me the strength and the courage to fight these animals and win. So let me have a shot. And at first he's like, you're crazy, kid. No. And, you know, at that point he's probably like, you know what? There's nothing to lose. Let's give him a shot, whatever. Probably not gonna work, it's whatever though. So he's like, alright kid, that's fine. Gives him some armor, and he's so small that the armor doesn't fit him. And he walks around and he's like, I can't wear this. I can't move in it. It doesn't fit me. I'm not used to it. So he takes off the armor. So not only does Saul think he's crazy, one, for going out there, two, he thinks he's crazy for going out there without armor, without a sword, and some rocks, right? So if we look at David at this point, I'm sure he's freaking out, okay? He's like, okay, God, you told me to go out and kill this guy who's 10 feet tall with some rocks. You're crazy, right? First of all, I'm not a warrior, I'm a shepherd. Second of all, everyone's rooting against me. They don't think I can do this. They don't think I'm going to be able to make it out alive, if anything. And even Goliath, he laughs at him. He's like, come here, kid. Yeah, let's go. Let's see how this ends. And several times he just makes fun of him, and he's like, no, there's no way you can do this. You can't do this. You're not good enough. You're not big enough. You're not strong enough. You don't have the courage. You're not enough. And to think of the courage that he had at that point, I mean, if we look at this story, at what point would that be a good idea? To go out and say, hey, Goliath, let's go. No. But for some reason, God says, okay, go. And David says, okay, alright, God, I trust you. I trust that you're going to take care of me. I trust that you have a plan here, and it's going to be okay. I'm going to be able to come out of this, and God's going to be victorious. So what I want to talk about here is the courage that he had to trust in his plan. Okay? He could have said, God, you're crazy, you're nuts, there's no way I'm going out there to fight this guy. I mean, okay, yeah, you helped me kill a bear, you helped me kill a lion, but, you know, okay, it could have, you know, this could have happened to anyone, right? But he looks at him and he says, okay, yeah, I trust you. I trust that you're going to take me through this no matter what. I trust that you're going to take care of me, that no matter what happens, I'm in your hands. No matter how this ends, God, it's for your glory. And so, for me, I can take that and say, okay, God, I don't know what's going on in this season of my life. I don't know what's going on, what I'm supposed to do after graduation, what I'm supposed to do for this, what am I supposed to do now for the next couple days. I mean, every day is a challenge, right? And so, taking that courage that God says, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to give you courage, I'm going to give you the strength to get through this, whatever it takes, and trusting in His plan that He says, hey, I've got this, okay? I've told you several times, but you still don't believe me sometimes, but having the courage to accept His plan and to just trust in it. And that's a huge thing, because David didn't have to do that. He could have said, no thanks, I'm cool with the sheep, we're buddies. But he said, okay, God, whatever it is you need me to do, I'll do it. If it takes doing something impossible, I'll do it, because all things are possible with God. So whatever it is that you feel like is impossible or that you don't have the courage to get through right now, like God is kind of giving you something, you're like, my plate's not big enough for all of the stuff that you just put on it. And He's like, well, just get a bigger plate. Okay. Just have the courage and the strength to trust in whatever God is doing. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, and it won't make sense until later, or it won't make sense at all. But have faith in the fact that God is not going to let us fall. He's not going to forget about us, right? So be strong in that, and put your hope in the fact that God is always with us, and He's giving us the courage to get through whatever it is that we have to do today, tomorrow, wherever we go. So hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time.